Almost everyone I talk to in the solar industry has the sense that the industry is getting more complex. It's ubiquitous. Installation companies, manufacturers, consultants, financing companies, everyone says complexity is increasing. So I think it's useful to share with our customers why we see complexity increasing and what the main factors are. They're certainly affecting the choices that we make for our business, and they might affect the choices that you make for yours also. I see this in terms of 3 time scales that overlap with one another. And the first time scale is the next year or 2, and the second time scale is the next 1 to 5 years, and the next one is say 1 to 10 years. And obviously the farther out you look, the less accurate your crystal ball is going to be. So in that first time scale, 1 to 3 years, I think that the residential and small commercial segments of the industry are trying to solve customer acquisition. It's well known that customer acquisition costs are extremely high. And I would put financing in, especially in commercial. In residential, various financing solutions have become available. I think we've got a ways to go. PACE is interesting, but really off-the-shelf financing is probably where this ends up. But the rest of customer acquisition, how do we generate leads? How many site visits do we need to do to build the relationship with the customer that we want to build? Can we provide a quality service without a site visit? Can we use drones? What can we do to acquire a customer most efficiently? The second time horizon, which is I think 1 to 5 years, has to do with an exponentially increasing complexity in the technology that solar installers are dealing with. In the last 10 years, solar has become incredibly plug and play. I remember when I started in this industry in 1999, we were installing backup power systems that took a week or more to install. Actually, almost always more than a week. And now we're using technology that's almost plug and play, right? You still have to make roof penetrations and do some time-consuming things, but with technology like N-phase microinverters or the new AC modules that are coming out in 2017, installation is going to get even faster. However, energy storage is coming into the market, and right behind it, there's home energy management. There's the Internet of Things, there's electrical vehicle charging, there's bi-directional storage, home appliance automation, and then there's energy efficiency on top of that, right? LED lighting, motors for HVAC systems, etc. There's a retrofit market there. So we've got this incredibly quickly expanding set of technologies that the industry is going to have to figure out how to integrate, and there's a lot of complexity there. The last time horizon that I would say is 1 to 10 years, although we're seeing a lot of disruption today already. You could call it new players in renewable energy, or you could call it the relationship between renewable energy providers and utilities. And that's confusing because utilities are taking different paths in their relationship to renewable energy, with some embracing it more than others and some resisting it much more than others. But over the next 10 years, renewable energy and the existing grid infrastructure are going to find new relationships. Some of that is going to be utility companies offering their customers solar energy, either on-site or off-site. Some of that is going to be utility companies partnering closely with solar installation companies to deploy solar on their grid. Some of it will continue to be utility companies structuring their rate structures with time of use metering and demand charges to disincentivize solar or require more complex solar installations. How renewable energy interfaces with the old infrastructure has a very large amount of complexity waiting for us as an industry as a whole. So think about those 3 things. Customer acquisition and financing as here and now, technological complexity as the midterm and how you might be interfacing with that as an installation company, and then how all of our companies interface with the existing infrastructure of the grid and utility companies as the 3rd layer of complexity. And call me if you have any questions.